It is a beautiful day and I'm going back to my garden and I've got my little basket and we're going to check to see if there's any more cucumbers. I'm going to make some pickles today and some peppers. So I've got to look through all this and see what I can find. So we'll start down here. My beans are starting to grow. Cucumbers in here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this one. I found one here. I got like 4 cucumbers, which is fine because I already canned some, or not canned, picked some the other day. So now I'm going to go through the peppers. My husband weeded them the other day and we need to get out here and weed them again. I'm going to see what I can find. I hit the mother load here on jalapenos. So I'm letting any on that plant. I gotta get me a banana pepper. Ooh, there's a couple here at the bottom. So I got the jalapenos, banana peppers, a few cucumbers picked. Of course, I've got some inside today. But I have more inside, so I'm going to go to my canning building where I keep a lot of stuff. It's like a second kitchen area. I'm going to get what I need, and I'll show you how I make pickles. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I get these cucumbers ready for canning. I just wanted to show you this. So I've got my vinegar, water. I've got my vinegar and water and this seasoning. This is what my husband likes. It's called Mrs. Wage's dill pickle. I recommend getting this at the beginning of canning season or as soon as you can because this stuff sells out pretty quick. I'm only doing 1 turn. It says it makes 7 quarts. I'll make sure. But I never get 7 quarts out of it. I get the most is 6 quarts. I never get 7 quarts out of that mix. So that's a warning for you. I don't know. I've got my cucumbers here. They're already washed, dry, and ready. So these jars just came out of the dishwasher. They're hot and sanitized. I wanted to wash them because they have been in storage a little bit longer than what I like. So there, I changed the camera and I'm going to show you how I cut these and what I'm putting in the drawers. I just used a big Pyrex thing to measure my water and my vinegar. I use vinegar. I buy a lot of apple cider and a lot of distilled white vinegar in the spring or in the start of summer because I know it'll be sold out when I need it. So now these little ones that are just like this, I'm going to take them and just drop them in the jar. So as many little ones that I can get in the jar without having to can them into big ones. And there's not a whole lot of those, so I'll take my little. And I was told by another YouTuber to leave the ends on these. They make the pickles crisp. So we'll see if that works. Like I said, I had a few little ones. I know I'll have to cut up some. But, yeah. Okay. So we'll see what I can get. And if I have some mixture left over and I don't quite get 6 quarts, then what I'll do is save the mixture in the fridge and then add it to the other next day in just one of these mason jars. So now this cucumber, it was a little bit longer. So, I'm going to cut it into 4s. My husband really likes the spears, and so don't boys. Now, I don't like pickles. I really wish I did. But now I love cucumbers, and I love to make a cucumber salad. So I'll have to share that recipe with you guys. This is going to be one of those that it's going to be almost impossible to do anything with. So I'm just going to cut it in half and leave it like that. So I don't like to overcrowd my jars because I feel like when I overcrowd them with the pickles, then they do not get the pickle flavor. I mean, you can smell them. That's what my husband says. Like I said, just don't like pickles, but I love cucumbers. So we'll put those in there. I'd say that's all I'm going to add to that jar because it's all my littler cucumbers. And like I said, I don't want to overcrowd it. So you'll see how else I finish this jar. So here is what it looks like. So as you can see, I cut those in spears and I'm just adding them to the jar. I might be able to get like 2 more spears in this jar. Like I said, I don't want to overcrowd it, so I got 2 more in that jar. I'm going to go ahead and fill the rest of these up and show you what they look like. Okay, so I just put this on the stove, and I wanted to just show you what it looks like before it comes to a boil. Okay, so this is done and dissolved. I've gotten 5 quart jars full of cucumbers, and we're just going to fill those up. And it chokes me up really bad. Now, one thing I did want to say is when you're making this, of course, be very careful, and you need a clean wet rag, and I'm going to move this out of the way. So I'm going to continue to cook. And this is what aprons are for. But like I said, it's making me choke because the smell of vinegar. I don't really care for vinegar. That's probably why I don't like it. So, canning funnel, very, very important. So these will cook down when you can them. So just be prepared. It's strong. And you can see it filling up in the jar. Just a little bit more. I never like to do it past the neck on them. As you can see. So this one is ready to put a lid and a ring on. And these are these new ball Sure-Tights. I've never used them, but I was told not to boil these Sure-Tight ones. So just put on your sill. They're clean. They're saying lids are ready for one-time use. So, like, do not boil it, but it does not say it on there. They've already been sanitized. And you don't want to screw it on tight. And that jar is hot. And then you'll bring your next jar. But you don't want to screw it on tight because you want it to can and seal. And I'll have to go get my canner. May have to make another batch of these. Like I said, this Mrs. Wage's seasoning, it is never goes as far as it's going to go, and I'm going to have a mess. Got But what I forgot to do with the last one, so what I'll have to do is wipe off the ring. I just dumped some of that liquid back in. It's hot. Be very careful. And like I said, if I didn't tell you, I use the straight 8 pickling cucumbers. That's what my husband found best that he likes to use because they can very well. I actually get them at a local hardware store and seed and just grow them. Hopefully I have enough for 2 more quarts. I'm finishing up the last jar out of the 5, and I just had just enough of the mix for 5 quarts. So I've got to go get my canner and get ready and put these on. Alright, so I have gotten 5 quarts in my canner, and this one holds 5 quarts. So you want to fill up the jars with water to right there. Of course, they'll bubble over with the head space. Once they come to a boil, they need to boil for a good about 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm just going to fill these up and get them on. A tip that's very important: never fill your canner with cold water because you just put hot liquid in the canner. And if you need to add water, add warm water or a little bit of hot water because your jars will explode. It's happened to me. Of course, I have on a 5-burner stove. So they are ready to take out of the pot. I did not bring my tongs to lift them, so I'm just going to but I'm just going to do something that probably is not the best idea, but I've did it so many times. And I have a towel on my counter. It's very important to have a towel on your counter when you are canning these. And I'm going to leave my water in the pot because I have to, and I'm doing another video, and I'll probably just make them both into one. But I'm doing cowboy candy for the first time, and I'm also canning some sweet banana peppers. Okay. So as you can see, I have my jars on the counter. Step is lay a towel over them. I like to leave the towel over them until the next day, and when the jars are cool, tuck the towel in and wait for them to seal.